Regardless, I will need a day to rest. I have many things to prepare. No, before I will be of much good to anyone.
I think
Do you have maps of the region, the strategic locations? Anything you might have?
We can certainly fetch such together for you. We have archives of it, shelves, points up to Iris. She knows where it all is.
I need to know what nobles are still in power where. Who has changed, and if the people they have changed with are still alive. I see that many of the people who have apparently been replaced are people we have had connections to.
Probably because they were so loyal to you that they, well, when they voted against the vote, they could not. The people in power couldn't chance it.
If I'd only been there, I could have told them to get ready for a civil war for real.
Unfortunately,
my power should have been able to turn the others.
No one was ready for your disappearance. It left too much of a power void. But yes, you should rest. There should be some bedrooms on the floor below here, which should go.
I would like to see my fiance.
I think
he's in the kitchen.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Eating.
We didn't know you accepted.
Yep.
You notice crawling over this seemingly dragon of some kind.
Raphael looks at the seemingly dragon of some kind.
Artemis walks up to it and
who are you?
Speaks in Draconic. Who are you? Your name.
It speaks out in common. All of you. I am Belgear. I am, well, quite apparently a dragon, as you can tell.
Yes, quite.
You wish to go see Karun.
That's the great brass dragon.
I will take you up.
Cool.
I doubt it.
Where?
But who are you? You did answer.
You did answer his name.
I am Belgear. Do you need more?
Yeah.
He's a serpentine dragon, by the way, not like a normal kind of dragon.
He's a lung dragon.
Mm-hmm. A lung dragon would be correct terminology. Well, I am an acquaintance of your exiled emperor. I'll put it that way. Now,
all right. Sure.
I wish. Now, currently, I am hungry, and I believe your fiancée is in the kitchen.
Or rooms next to. I imagine we have such.
We certainly have some spare rooms which we can designate to you.
I need a place that can be quiet and where I have a table for maps. Sleep won't be necessary much.
Well, we have the meeting room down below there and this room here, which are suitable for some things. In addition, there is... Actually, I can't... That one's not available. That one's used. There is one bedroom down this hallway, which is free, and then there are 4 on the floor just below us, which are free. Which should be capable for you guys. You should really rest up and get yourselves ready. This is going to be one hell of a trip.
What is the...
Where are we going?
Well, we've got an entire empire to save, don't we? We need to work out where we're going. I'll consider it. I was not expecting you to be awake yet, as I said. Yana says with a very tired look on her face. She might not have slept in a while, all things considered.
We need to link up first and foremost. There are many people, many resources. The Blades, the Volsenbracks, all have their own resources and agents. Working together would give us a much, much larger network. That is primarily how we managed to save this empire in the first place.
That seems like a relevant idea, to be sure. If you need more questions, I'll be around here, but for now, go ahead and rest yourselves up. Prepare yourselves.
I don't know that I can rest.
I know it's a lot to take in.
There's simply so much to do.
Lot to do, but you can't do it while you're not prepared for everything. And well, I'll say some things at least. Considering that You guys survived, and well, we've got a decent number of survivors. Everything's not for loss, at least. We still have a chance.
Sort of looks through Raphael and Ballard and... Well, Artemis a little bit, but not as much. Really. Because things are different now than they were before. A lot has changed. A lot of betrayal.
With some of the stories that were released on the streets, by the way, you might not be considered in the best light by the populace.
Somehow, Arion has squeezed himself all the way down here.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out Arion's tokens around in case you want it.
Oh, I would meet him when he had the time.
The populace
Raphael-
knew me. I was only around for like a week.
Raphael, pulls in a ragged breath and he looks over to the others and says, Dead, she died. I never thought she would be defeated in combat.
It was not. She fought valiantly in blade to blade. She fell though when it came to spell versus spell.
Lucity will pay for this. I will kill every one of them.
She looks like she wants to object to it, and then just considers not to say anything.
Laurel just leans back in his chair, crossing his arms.
You don't need to raise this, though. Is that all the elves' fault?
He sort of rests his head on his hand and says, I failed again. I am the worst protector this empire has ever had.
You hardly failed. Oh, you hardly failed.
We
Oh, so
couldn't
since
exactly-
We are but men.
We couldn't exactly do anything while dead.
I will say now, oh certainly, if it wasn't for some of your efforts, this would have got a lot worse, a lot faster.
So many fail-safes, so many things to prevent this exact thing from happening, so many things to prevent death.
The elves brought many troops, for example, but they were lessened greatly. Apparently they had some war between each other.
The elves.
There was
Obsidia.
There was more that occurred, however. There was... She considers for a moment. The blade certainly did quite a number on Obsidia's forces, that's for sure. And of course, if you didn't stop that ritual, well, later we found let's say with that much energy, yeah, we wouldn't have survived. The capital would not have survived that calamity. You're all heroes. Just, you've had a bit of a break, it seems.
Raphael snorts. And spectacular failures.
And the people of the Empire are suffering greatly under this new regime, yes?
That is, well, the nobility have taken it the worst out of everyone, to be honest. Shunted aside, which, for better or worse, the people actually, she has the full support of where she's ended famines and rebuilt a lot of the damage she caused very quickly. Her magic being potent enough to do a lot of this.
And there is no further bloodshed.
At the moment, no, and we're not interested in causing mass-scale war. But
What are we fighting for?
she pauses for a moment, considering to herself. Isn't that always the question? What are we to fight for in life?
If the Empire is not the people of the Empire, then I don't know what it is.
Certainly true.
Raphael
the
looks over
people-
to Laurel. So we get defeated and you're just gonna roll over, huh? This is not what you used to talk about before, Laurel. What is this?
No, you don't understand. But if what we do causes more harm to the populace, then
What about the reforms? What about the new empire we dreamed up? All the things, all the plans we had to do. It is in ruins because of her and her treasonous ways.
I almost had a majority for a vote
Gee.
between the nobles, the archnobles.
She killed Erolva. She drove William out of the palace, and she has tried to establish her own power.
She has certainly not taken rule legitimately, that is for sure.
No.
And considering how we're constantly on the run, because being spotted is basically a march for the army. It's difficult. They haven't found us here, but that's only because the scrying wards are up and she doesn't seem to be trying too hard at the moment. She seems more concerned with making sure what nobles are remaining are content. At least enough not so she's not going to get annoyed.
If they were to rise against her, she would fall. Yes.
Well, it'd be significantly easier if the nobles were to rise. Once again, we've
The
still
sheer scale of power. The humans. You say the populace loves her.
a lot of the general populace. Well, I say love. They not very few are against her. After all, she has done well, but she hasn't.
Then we cannot win.
Not in the current state, no. Though, I think the populace would believe a lot different if they found out that, well, a lot of the rumours and things that were spread, the corruption that was used to take control, if we could find enough evidence and reveal that, then the populace might change a bit.
Would it not simply be word against word?
That's why we need evidence. We can't just sprout it out saying.
What evidence would a normal woodcutter know that we had?
That is what I need to consider. It is no easy task, and it's the reason we've mostly laid low. I mean, we can't just show ourselves out in the open. Too many people would get hurt, and we wouldn't accomplish anything for it.
You did good. You did well in taking our things here, in keeping us safe, our families.
Your families
Good.
are safe. I've made sure that with what power I had left influentially, that there are people protecting them.
Because now, as it turns out, we have, well, as the last memory I have almost, crumbled a civilization. Shaped the entire political face of this empire once, and we can do so again. And those who wish to stand against us in this will be in for a whole world of hurt.
As you say.
It looks like I think a storm is coming, a storm that cannot easily be stopped. We have in our deeds turned from, well, more than just men. We are almost as a force of nature. I'm amazed at what we've done and what we can do, and I believe that if we can get in a position or get access to the resources we used to have, then there might be no limits to the things we can do.
There's a reason we chose to use all our power to try getting you guys back. We thought you guys were the key to doing this. You were the only way we could possibly succeed, even if we tried.
We cannot let this stand.
I have one idea on how to get the populace on our side, actually. The one biggest fear the populace has right now is the Great Red flying around.
Artemis chuckles and says, "The gold, white, and silver couldn't kill him."
They couldn't stop Orcus either, but we did.
No, they didn't try.
They refused because they were scared. Why they not?
However,
sort of spits it out and looks very angry.
As an idea for the populace, I believe eliminating that would certainly get the populace at least considering that our side might have some cause.
If taking out the red is what is required to win this, then we will do so.
Also, of course, it would prevent him from, well, you've seen the ruin above this cathedral, prevent that happening to more places. He's on the march. He has his forces. He will not stop until everything is dead. He
What
needs to be
forces?
orcs, bugbears, fire giants, or some fire giants. Limited number. Seemingly gathered from, I have no idea where he gained them from.
He's had hundreds of years of sleeping in a crystalline tomb.
His biggest weapon, of course, is himself. He is an enormous dragon with the largest strength of one I've ever seen. Again, you guys stopped Orcus, which is no small feat.
Artemis shrugs and says, well, I didn't think they would stop the ritual that easily, but I guess we gotta do what we gotta do.
My family isn't in the city, are they? Took them with you.
She considers it was a rush, but I believe.
You rolled up, perhaps?
Yeah, Roller would be likely the one who has them.
Good. Good.
Also, chat, there you go. That's all the title of the Red Dragon. Take it.
He's such an asshole. I can just tell.
What, the Red Dragon wants to destroy everything?
Yeah, I bet he's gonna have like a monologue and.
He's a slight omnicidal maniac, you're being told here.
Yeah. I bet Artemis went to bed with horror stories of Red Dragon.
Any more questions for Liana in particular? She's here with, the map unlaid in front of you. Bit of a migraine.
What does the Archduchess of Alentor think about this?
The Archduchess of Alentor, she has basically been in full control here. She was the one who put up the vote of no confidence in the first place. Meaning, I likely guess that she is in the hands of she might be in the hands of the Elven Princess.
Who might in turn be in the hands of someone else?
In the hands of someone else right now? I'm not sure. Many of the other ones might just be trying to remain, loyal, but just because it's not worth a war to them yet. They haven't got a cause to fight for. We could likely sway some of them. Salvinia, didn't you gain their support quite well?
Yes. And she appears to still be in power.
She went and decided that, well, I actually know for a fact that she may have had spies check some of the letters sent to the capital on the vote of no confidence, and saw that it was not going in William's favour, and chose that the best case scenario was to remain in power.
Said that she could not report it to the others.
Unfortunately, you can only do things so quickly. Many of the other dukes and duchesses would likely be able to get back into power if we could find them, though. They're only imprisoned. She didn't kill any of them.
But she did try to kill William.
She put a bounty on his head for sure, and she definitely tried to capture him. Never technically raised a blade to him, or spells, but possibly just in fear that the arm would attack back. I'm not sure. Either way, she's still after him. Is the problem.
Well, we defeated the undefeatable. God. Demon Lord.
Your track record is looking pretty good.
Well, Grim says not from where I'm sitting, but yes.
Better than the most I've ever seen. She gives a warm and almost knowing smile.
Well, the cause seems somewhat clear to me then. If we need a great deed to win the people's hearts and rekindle their hopes and dreams in us and in William, then the Red Dragon seems to be the target. Attacking him outright seems to be foolish, though, so we probably need allies and resources to get to him.
Need to re-establish our old positions somewhat. So his father, for example?
With the capital completely cut off, how would we get in?
That is
Not our old positions in the capital. I imagine most of our people are no longer there.
Remember, the cutting off the capital is a double-edged sword for her. Because as a result, people have grown slightly wary at the fact that they can't freely travel there.
You said the valley is still holding.
It's holding. Since it's been disconnected from the Volzenbracks, they haven't had the resources. But you could probably, as long as you don't get seen by any of the Imperial guards and only the local guards to it, you could probably gain control back.
It should be rather simple.
Raphael nods. A
They have factories that can mass produce weapons of the best possible quality.
Might be a necessity.
Gunpowder, and I imagine that the sewers are currently full of old informants, and, well, the whole network down there should still be secret.
Raphael nods himself. I as well have people out. Hopefully they have survived. If the dance hall is still standing and nothing has majorly changed, I kept it on the down low. I doubt anyone would have known about it.
Oh. All your various resources. I did actually stumble across the fact you had some more people there than register, but yes, I believe they're still alive.
Raphael smiles slightly. They were very good at hiding themselves.
They certainly were.
Artemis chuckles.
Actually, they still are, I should say. I don't think they've been found yet.
Artemis chuckles and says, see, you guys have all these corporations, all these men, factories. I just know of 3 dragons still alive that can help us. That's it. Kind of shrugs.
3 dragons is a good amount of dragons.
He nods.
We, however, also have to consider what we're fighting for here. So looks at the symbol of the loyalists. Royalists, as it is. Now, I suppose. It's... I'm not sure that if we win, we will re-establish the feudal system completely as it was.
A debate for another time.
But an important.
I understand that you had aspirations, adding like an election system and something like that.
This whole event simply shows how necessary such reforms would be.
And you know, the main thing is getting back control in some way. How it's gotten back isn't the issue. If we get it back with elections, then, freedom to the people, I suppose.
Raphael looks over to Laura like, you seem very hesitant to do this.
What will be our first move?
Regain your allies, your resources, I suppose. No choice.
But how, specifically? Where would we go? How would we go?
Well,
Only
what?
to a few sendings, I imagine, and a few more for them to contact me back. They should have that capability. Then, a rather long time potentially, depending on where they're holed up, with the many resources of the Rosenbergs. It will not be
Certainly.
easy to get here, or at least I will have to go for quite a while to wherever they are
We can
to
certainly,
regain.
we can certainly, certainly the Rosenbergs would be a great aid. They were probably the largest defenders when the Six-Day Riot broke out.
We need to also track down the red, find out where he lives.
That is easy to do. I can have a search around for the last place burned.
We need to track his movements.
Is that an accident or on purpose?
Where are you pointing?
There, on the map.
I don't know where you're pointing.
Big map.
No, that's on purpose.
Alright, what is that?
Oh, that and points up here.
Yeah.
These areas are areas claimed by a separate resistance group who, well, they have, their core idea is mainly against the elves. They are fanatically racist, I suppose, but they have managed to hold a decent amount of land themselves.
We effectively have the rednecks up there.
Yeah!
Mauritia.
Oh dear.
Laria. As it happens.
They're not redneck elves, they're redneck humans against elves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
No, that's what Larian said.
Lara made a mistake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're rednecks, but instead of hating coloured people, they hate elves. Yeah.
And
Raphael,
half elves and,
Raphael looks back to Laurel again and says, "You did ask what we are fighting for, Laurel. And although your blood seems to have cooled quite a bit recently, I still have emotions. And if you ask me what I am fighting for in this, I am saying vengeance. I have had it enough of this treasons, of this political maneuvering and this constant backstabbing. I have had enough of losing dear friends and loved ones. I can't get them back, but I can surely avenge them."
Yes. That was noble enough.
And don't misunderstand me, I still share your sentiments about the new empire that we all envisioned. But if that future is to be, then the traitor must be ousted and her forces pushed back. It will cost many lives, but I do believe it is a price that...
And it will bring forth the Mother's realm, at least following the prophecy.
Or she
Raphael
is already
shrugs.
here.
Perhaps, or exactly we have already caused it by stopping the ritual or something. At some point we need to either lay down and roll over and just accept whatever happens, or we fight to do our best to prevent it. That is the path I will choose. I cannot sit idly by while this is going on.
No, most certainly not.
Remember, the mother is still influencing things out there. And until she is defeated, there is the big danger. She will try again and again. The cycle will continue with her.
I propose we take 2 days of downtime.
Rest, work out what the hell's going on, talk to people.
Rest, think, and perhaps ask people questions.
You can
Try
certainly.
to contact our people,
You can certainly do.
see what we have, and then perhaps even find out what our first together go out and do stuff move will be. This is a lot of change, and I think it might be good for us to sleep on it and think a little bit when we're less tired. I imagine Dark, you will be available the entire week for
Yes.
things, questions, a lot of questions, I imagine.
A lot of questions.
Well, with that, Raphael will go to his room,
You can pick which of the rooms, whatever's yours.
which is
Which
this
beds have
room
we
for
got?
We have 5 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
you? Raphael will go next to the one closest to Williams.
Well,
I
what
saw
were the other
one,
ones?
and then nothing
Yeah,
more.
I didn't see any more, no.
I will move you, which is just downstairs from the meeting room.
Oh, okay, down there, alright.
There are 4 rooms just downstairs.
What is this?
A storage room.
Storage room.
I will claim that as well.
Claim.
It's currently filled with it's currently filled with rations, food, and weapons. Mostly right now, but
Sure. It will soon be filled with all kinds of alchemical crap. Although I'm not going to be here for long.
During the night or something, you will probably, if you're anywhere close to Raphael's room, you'll probably hear him basically just screaming out in complete just anger and.
You're gonna keep William up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Diana.
Can
I don't think he cares, honestly.
The entire
Yeah.
wing.
If need be, so he can always get up, silence the place, or they can
Yeah,
use a
maybe.
silence goal and let him rage in peace. All understands
You
this
know-
happened, and if his family had been hurt, he would probably be a much worse person than he is now.
Major's private sanctum. No sound escapes.
Yeah, there is very bad things going on in that room.
Artemis
There
may
would be
ask for
like,
fire
you know,
protection.
Raphael would basically just sit down like in a corner in the morning, just bloody, you know, his knuckles like completely smashed in, probably from like beating the walls
All
and stuff.
gods cursed, and all gods having prayers and begs towards them.
Pretty much, yes.
All himself will, well, sit sentimentally thinking a lot of time, looking at things, thinking of the many. Actually, really kind of struggling with how he feels. This whole change he's had these last couple of years. Well, I mean, I guess now the last 5 years have changed him in a way that his emotions are much more hidden, much more put away in some place. He is still human, but not in the same way as others are, and he's struggling with the emotional impact of what has happened, because, well, dealing with emotions is something he does a lot less now, and also something that is a lot more difficult, because it's completely unprecedented, and, well, his form is not something that was made to be. It's aberrant, unnatural, and so the emotions that impact and rely in this brain he has made of himself is not one that the brain is made to consider or even feel. There's a lot of soul searching.
No one even asked about Riff.
No, in chat they did. But we needed to figure out everything else before details like that.
I mean, you can ask privately what happened to Riff.
I am curious, I've got to say. Poor Riff.
And she is now a corpse.
Yeah.
Also, you
Again.
think. Also, you think a corpse. I mean, most of the time when Riff died, well, she didn't turn into a corpse. She turned into a pile of ash from disintegration.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
It did.
The most certain I'll inform you time. Colrune is basically going to be completely teared up and just going to basically grab you in a hug.
Vampire Riff.
He wasn't as broken down as William was, partially because maturity and two because he already saw Bollard.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of okay, they're back.
Well, so it will be just as crying, but just as happy and just as huggy.
What does your tears look like now?
They just look like sparkling gems of pure
Like
holiness. Yeah.
They probably do. Light.
Put it in a dark room and it just sheds
Imagine
light.
she's very much more different, like cold to the touch and like
Is
pale.
Karun even still interested? She's not a human anymore.
I mean, you're still being hugged.
Well, that's
There you
good.
go.
He's not. Unless you want him to, he's not letting go of this embrace for a while.
And Malon, no, Zoe's not half celestial, she's full on angel.
Yeah.
She took
So-
5 off the deep end.
And I like Zoe just stood there and waved like she doesn't know if it's okay to hug him in front of his men. Can I hug you?
He probably the soldiers are looking at you with okay.
It's scandalous. He's hugging his fiance.
Yeah.
I mean to them, they're hugging some. He's hugging some woman.
While crying.
Some incredibly beautiful woman with like an aura of good and emotion that like drives your mind towards wanting to, sing and whatever else as normal human beings do when they see an angel.
Yeah, that is. It is gonna be weird from now on. I think they might be a little shocked that he just went over and hugged an angel. It's like, dude, there's an angel in the kitchen.
I see you took the picture for towing down the deep end, Jonas.
Yeah.
Raphael has changed the appearance a bit.
Yeah, oh, he's gone the full deep end.
He's
Where is he?
such an emo.
In his room.
He's,
Which you can mark with labels your rooms, by the way, the same as I did for the NPCs.
You know what? So
Yeah.
it becomes more and more angel and pure, and Raphael becomes more and more dark.
You're
The point where the Jedi would begin to use like force choke and lightning.
yeah.
Yeah.
the point is Zoe is constantly looking at the hope, while he's looking at the cynicalism here.
Oh, well, his family still lives, so I mean, as long as that persists.
I mean, yeah,
It's anger.
try emphasize to have like all your close loved ones like die or perish in some horrible way, and
I'm sorry,
Ballard has
but
not died in.
Beef-
Well, he has
beef.
twice actually.
I'm sorry, but she was a mass murder, though, of innocence.
But she died fighting
Yeah.
for good.
For William.
Yeah.
A martyr.
Yeah.
Trying to
Fought
save
for us.
William's life. And if she hadn't, then William would have been taken by
I mean, she is recorded as a martyr, so
Mm-hmm.
she gave her life to protect, like William,
What
protect
she-
us.
what she did.
protect her.
she did, influenced by the witch who was influenced by the mother. Just as I'm sure Lucilia is also influenced by the mother, because what's the chance that she's not, right? At this point.
But
But
she
then,
is.
I mean,
like,
at some point that doesn't really excuse anything.
no, she's going down. Like this is you can't.
Why does it excuse Geralda, but not her?
If Raphael gets his hands on her, she is dead.
On who?
Lucilia.
Ah.
Why does it excuse Geralda, but not Lucilla?
Do you ask Raphael this?
No, I'm asking you.
Why does it? Well, I would say that the.
one is a loved one wasn't.
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, Geralda was a psycho.
But,
No,
but
she
still,
wasn't.
but still the girlfriend.
She wasn't a psycho. She was actually quite nice.
She threw people into a world of torture.
You know, Artemis would actually agree.
No, she
She's
actually released
really
them
quite
from it.
nice.
She did release them, it's true.
Some of them, but they were in there for a long time. I don't even
Yeah.
think if any of them can ever live normal lives.
You don't remember any of it.
That's true.
It's just a prison. They basically plopped out and were like, "Oh, that was weird. I don't remember what happened. Oh well." Just walked away.
She knowingly threw people in there.
Yeah, she's an empress. She
Was.
had to deal with high treason.
not how you deal with it.
No.
No.
How do you deal with it?
Well, the first emperor made it for a reason.
Well, I will say the way that Laurel and Zoe deal with it is a very much better way.
What, bury them in a
Like,
shallow
Being
grave?
promoting the people and giving them lush positions in government and like scrape before them. It's like, oh yes, you're demanding a lot of
talking
things.
about?
No, that's fine. You're like super weird elven queens that demands everything, but that's fine. We give you everything.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about what we do with prisoners.
Yeah, you let them out apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, you wanted to have the other mass murderers let out. The one like the half demon lady I caught, for instance. You wanted her to be free.
Who?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the one that mind controlled.
Half succubus.
I didn't want her out.
And really, you think lore like knife murdering prisoners is like better than
What?
What?
the guildmaster? He killed them. Like that was no due process over there.
Guildmaster.
Yeah,
Who?
thief
The
guildmaster.
Thieves Guild guy, yeah.
What about him?
Screw that
There was
guy.
no due process. He has cut his throat.
Screw due process. What's
You
that
did
about?
that.
No, Laurel did.
All killed him, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was you.
So Laurel's way of handling prisoners is not actually stellar when it comes to that.
Do you
either.
think he deserved any justice?
Yeah,
Really?
he would probably have been executed for it, but
He got it.
Yes.
By Laura's terms, at least. He
We-
thinks
we
he's a
skipped
great
the-
justice character.
we skipped the process.
He's at fault that so many people dying.
We
He
skipped the
didn't-
process in Erlane, and
He didn't
we wanted
deserve
that.
justice. And he just didn't care. He was just like, oh, well, you got me. I may be a person who's at fault of many people dying, but, you know, here am I.
So you say that
course
super
he
evil
just-
people should be taken care of then? Which is like, do you
What he
think that
did was-
everyone Irola put in that bracelet were just good people that you didn't like? No, they were high treason.
Necessarily, but no one deserves to be put in a world of torture.
Some people might.
No.
Although Laura would just kill him.
No one deserves to be in a world of torture.
I don't. Well, some people might.
No. That's insane and disgusting. Just saying.
Depends on the situation, I suppose. What a character would think. If Zoe's father had been, well, you know, tortured and then killed, and so had her friends, her hospital burned down, the patients put to prison, hard labor camps,
Hmm.
she might also be rather emotionally wrecked.
Towards who?
Whoever did it.
Probably, yeah, but she would want justice on their side, but that justice would probably end up
Then-
being,
What if the justice system would just let the person go? If they had too many connections?
then that's not justice, that's corruption.
But then what do you do?
Bring justice.
By killing them?
So he couldn't kill them.
No, she have other people doing that for her, I guess.
No, she doesn't. You're the guys who are killing. She's never asked anyone to kill. Not even her people.
Regardless. The witch can be perfectly pleasant to talk to as well.
I think that is a different barrel of worms to open.
That doesn't mean that good or bad person.
Gibraltar
Doesn't
threw
really change anything, actually.
Gibraltar did throw people out of windows.
I do suggest, Tina, that you leave this be. Otherwise, this might get unpleasant.
It feels like a threat, but okay.
I think it's more just a case of we don't want arguments between the players, not player versus player.
Yeah. And then we can certainly debate the morality of it, but it comes down to, again, what Raphael would feel in this. He loved Iralda, and she's dead. Killed by treason and by evil intent.
But still evil intent.
She certainly wasn't perfect, but she was getting better. She was turning less and less from an evil tyrant or like a desperate ruler to actually being quite a nice person.
I mean, it's clear she wasn't a tyrant if she died a martyr. But
she changed, and he helped her change.
Would you all agree to 2 days of downtime?
Sure. Raphael doesn't really have much way of contacting people on his own.
They might have like sending scrolls or not be able to acquire that sort of thing, so you can send messages to people.
People can most certainly prepare and get you scrolls. They just didn't have any on hand at the second.
Like, that's the thing, basically. Everything we need can be prepared, I imagine. Imagine they have like a 3rd level spellcaster or whatever.
They have spellcasters around.
Who can do that sort of thing.
Although we can't contact people inside the city because of the barricade, right?
No, but if we can't, then it will just not do anything. You can still send the message, they just won't receive it.
Yeah.
The question is if the Archmage is actually in house arrest, or if he can sort of move around. Because if we can get outside the city somehow, maybe we can actually contact him. Say we can go for the Prince Bishop.
He knows now, and that's really all we can do.
I mean, he knows he got a message from Zoe, which means Zoe is alive.
Yeah.
He doesn't know even if he didn't see the message, he knows he got one.
From that, he can draw some conclusions.
He's a smart guy.
And that's, and that's really all he needs, I think. If he's able, he will do what he can. He had his test of courage back with the witch, and I think he succeeded.
You drew him back. Yes, as said, you are most certainly level 14 now.
Mm-hmm.
For Halldamir, you already had a leveled up token.
Yep. Yeah,
I'll
could
go
you
and
just swap that?
Where's your character? There you go, I popped it.
I had a pre-leveled up character sheet, but not.
Thank you.
I'm gonna wait with all that until
one.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do most of it as well tomorrow.
So 1 second, I need to edit your token. Oh, it's
I
fine,
want my
actually,
new
it's
one.
edited. Actually, no, yeah, actually, your new one's already been edited, it's fine.
Yeah. I just need to add one other one. I forgot.
Yes!
Max HP!
Do you have an actual XP number, or should I just level?
I will go ahead and get the XP number for you. I do have one. In addition, by the way, all characters gain a hero point.
A hero point. Woohoo!
Hooray!
Which means I can escape death once now.
I thought I should mention that Halldamir earned you the hero point due to his nat 20.
Oh yeah, you guys are welcome.
Because it prevented any more happening down there, because it basically like, this ends immediately.
Yeah.
Stop, put all brakes on everything.
What all levels of hell were we gonna have to deal with?
So, should I take a level in Ranger and pick Elf favorite enemy?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm certainly tempted.
Isn't there a feed for that sort of thing?
Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna leave.
That is fine.
It is very late.
I'm going to remain active for any questions anyone might have or any NPCs they want to talk to, but you are free to go.
Yeah. Also, I can now change the ownership of my token to all players now.
I get basically nothing this level. I'm already done leveling up.
I get righteous.
I just need skills, actually.
I get righteous might.
Your new EXP total
Mm-hmm.
is that. Your new total, which puts you halfway between 14 and 50.
Oh wow, yeah.
So how much did we?
Hang on, I'll tell you. So, we are 512774, and then we take away that. From level 14 exactly, it's 67,000 XP and 774.
see, what was the last EXP total I sent before this becomes the question?
I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep,
Later.
I guess you're tired. Bye.
Yes. Jake, we'll also talk more at some point. See ya.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.
Okay, that is 512774 minus 395000. Means you gained each, I believe, that much experience is your last level up.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Is your last time I sent experience each, which means you gained that like 5 times. Remember?
Yeah.
So 117 each, basically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you gain 500,000 experience to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, that much experience is a lot. That's enough to get a level 1 character all the way up until level 10.
Yeah. That's
Which
a
is a
lot.
decent chunk.
Yeah.
Level 1 to level 10 instant. Just drink this potion.
Yeah.
Now, only if you can sell potions of level 10, right?
Potion of XP.
Potion of XP would be rich. If you guys want to look at what Artemis has become now, it's almost ridiculous.
Oh god, Maulon, do not talk about Mythic Way of the Wicked. I cannot imagine how bad that would have got. Yes, this session was certainly a, There were 3 ways this session could have ended.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I bet.
One of which was pure death,
Pure death.
which is always an option for a session.
Yeah.
This was the more expected one. There was an alternative, but that wasn't reached. The alternative wouldn't have needed those documents, I'll tell you now, but...
Someone would have stopped it and got out there like scotch-free.
Yeah, we would be
Not
fine. Don't
quite,
worry about it.
but something different. You wouldn't have been completely scotch-free, but you would have been better. Possibly. Maybe. Oh, now I know which way to prepare things. I know where to prep the sessions now.
Yeah.
I know which path you have selected. The path of vengeance.
The path of destroying the Red Dragon.
I mean, you would always kill the Red Dragon eventually, right? You wouldn't just leave it to kill the world. You could.
No.
No, not really.
That's kind of a thing. Once the Red Dragon woke up, you were going to kill it. Yeah, that's kind of known.
That was kind of the rule of things, really.
You guys kill evil stuff.
Yeah. I get 1 level 4 spell slot.
Yes, as Andrew says in chat, the party is now going down the path of genocide.
Artemis is not immune to fire, but resistant.
Heavily resistant.
Heavily resistant. Fire's not going to bug me very much.
He can walk through a house fire and not care.
Yeah.
Man. Poor Raphael, he has lost so much.
You have lost 4.
I was
Artemis
like, oh,
is-
Raphael, why are you so sad and angry?
You're on the bright side. If you lose everything, there's nothing more you can lose.
Was the Great Gold immune to fire? Hell yeah. He's a
Yes,
Great
Great
Gold
Gold
Dragon. That's unknown, Malon. We don't know if Artemis is related to the
Well,
Great
I
Gold.
know, but
Oh yeah, Dark knows.
you have no idea.
I have no fucking clue.
What happened to the chalice that the gold dragon was guarding?
I'll say this. Halldamir knows the remaining dragons at the tree still have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 silvers and the white are still there.
Just they kind of don't know how to, like, make the tree go to where they want to. Like,
And do they even know where it is at the moment?
at the second, yes, but it will be changed before you get there.
Is it moving frequently now then?
Mm-hmm.
The gold's not holding it in
Seemingly
place.
trying to avoid the red naturally.
Yeah, of course.
Because the tree itself knows something bad's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 is not a super exciting level.
I get Righteous
No.
Might for my armor.
I can make Charmed Life 6 times per day now.
Mine's awful. I get a +4 on will saves against enchantment spells while on Blood Rage. That's it. That's all I get.
You know,
Right.
enchantment spells have been a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It stacks with everything, including the will save I get during my Blood Rage, which I've been forgetting for all time.
I'm just saying now.
Wait, no, it's part of my Rage macro. We're good.
I'm saying now, I've used ridiculous amounts of I've used ridiculous amounts of enchantment spells. I used it in this session with People Mind. Oh, which some of you guys asked, is that at will? Yes, that People Mind is at will. They would have kept doing it. Along with those Nimbuses.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
I gave you a few rounds for respite before I used the Nimbuses. I could have fired them round 1. The Red must have generals. Surely if you kill them, he will come looking for you. I guess that's one way to get his attention.
Would he though? If he's chaotic evil, maybe it's like, they died, whatever.
Also,
No, I think luring him into a trap is the way to do it.
probably.
It's like, there's a lot of gold in that cave, and he goes in, and then we just dump like blight burn all over him.
The Red would be.
But he's immune to fire.
Well, blight burn, right?
It has radiation sickness.
Radiation
That's true, but
sickness?
Blightburn does fire damage.
Okay, so we lure him in there, and then we shoot like we prepare like.
No, we just
like spiked nets, like huge like spiked nets, and like made of adamantine. We just throw it over him, and then he's entangled in all that crap, and then we just stab him to death.
No, just have like a trapdoor in the ceiling that holds a reservoir of alchemist's ice. And just drop that on the motherfucker. He's screwed in that case.
You know how much alchemist ice you would need?
A lot, but we got time.
I know Laurel can craft like 50 bottles a day, but...
He is vulnerable to ice, it is true.
Yeah.
I know Laurel can make 50 bottles a day, but...
We got time. He's got a factory. We'll get it.
50 bottles, that's pretty good.
50
I mean,
bottles.
Laurel can produce a ridiculous amount if he's given the money.
So 500 bottles of icy death raining upon him.
Yeah.
Raphael
continuously stabbing him with his dragonbane sword.
Artemis continually headbutting him with his smiting face.
I remember 3 great dragons together had trouble, so you're going to see one hell of a fight.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Do you have anything good at killing, near god level dragons?
I do actually.
Yes, I am a...
It's
He is evil.
It's called Circle of Justice, and a little sword I have dubbed Ascalon, and I will give you dead dragons, sir.
Oh, also...
Also, Jonas, you said to me, as a player, you wanted to fight a dragon.
I want to fight a dragon.
You do want to fight.
I've given you a dragon.
Fight a big-ass dragon. Also...
The biggest dragon.
Yes. I took your comment of I want a dragon and turned it up to 11.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something I actually thought would happen for a very long time, that the big red would get out.
But I think honestly, if we're going to fight a dragon, we need to eliminate his greatest advantage, which will be his maneuverability in the air, probably, like him flying around and stuff. Like ground him, take away his ability to fly somehow, like ropes and nets and like stuff like that to actually make it really difficult for him to fly around.
So
immobilize him, and then we can surround him and just stab him to death. Because
Jonas,
if we're outflanking, we can probably hit that guy. Yes, Jake?
my parents just came home from a restaurant and they brought something here for me.
Uh-huh.
It is, I've just sent a picture of it in the Skype chat.
Yeah?
That's
pretty good.
It's for you.
What the hell was there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Raphael might have a complete breakdown at this point.
You guys had like 4 already.
Yeah, but like everyone he loves is get killed.
It's true.
That was bad. Oh, poor Raphael. Something good needs to happen to him.
You need a holiday.
I mean, yeah, as they've said in the chat multiple times, like Darth Raphael is. Still, his anger and rage is certainly focused on the evil people.
We have many evil things. We have a dragon killing everyone, and we have elves taking over.
Mainly at this point, Lucilla, the witch, and those two would be his main targets because, oh god, they have caused so much suffering for him.
Raphael gets levels in Sith Lord.
So you said the ritual and William's thing unlocking the true potential of people's blood. Maybe Raphael has the true potential. Who knows?
Malon, we agree that we both killed the Drow Queen lady.
It went so fast.
Yeah, it just happened
No one
so
could tell.
quickly. It was like she reeled from one hit that could have killed her, and Artemis hit her. That could have killed her. We just don't know.
Hit her basically simultaneously. Like Raphael
Yeah.
went in with a huge feint, saw the the opening and went for it like with all of his power. And at the same time as it did, he managed to maneuver her into a position where she also opened herself up to Artemis. So he basically hit her at the same time, like Raphael from the front and Artemis from the back, and just freaking speared her.
And I did crit, which is great.
Yeah, we both critted. It was great. Like,
Yes.
Doesn't that mean that you should have gotten an attack of opportunity, Jonas?
Yeah, he would have gotten another attack. It's
I don't know if
scaling,
it
isn't
actually
it?
chains like that, but it might.
I think it does.
I would
it
say
does.
once it would chain, but you could not keep going.
Yeah, probably once. So yeah.
I mean, I think if you're lucky enough, like if it were me, if you're lucky enough to keep critting, then
I remember.
fine.
Remember when someone can crit on a 15, it stops being impressive.
Yeah. I crit on a
It would depend.
17.
If it was Ballard who kept critting, maybe I would let it go, because he only crits on 20s.
That's a good question. I think. Can you give us the thought process of the witch when Orcus and the Abyss came to visit, basically crashing down into whatever she was staying at? Did she have a good day that day?
She fought with Raphael
Yeah.
with absolute hatred.
Raphael!
No!
Somehow!
Because she knew it would be you guys, but no one else would be ridiculous sometimes. I tell you now, out of character, you completely obliterated her and her base.
That's pretty great.
She,
I like that.
she needed a full year and a half to regenerate.
That's right. Suck it, witch.
Which on the good news for you, she hasn't been doing any bad things.
I mean, she has been probably scraping herself together, right?
I mean, she spent a year and a half trying to just get back alive.
Man, she is really difficult to kill, isn't she? Like we sent like Orcus and the Abyss, like basically straight into her face. She still regenerates.
It took her out for a while.
Took her out for a year and a half.
But you need something more potent, something more pointy to kill her with.
I need the sword. That's what I need.
That's a good question. Great. Onto that question now. How is that stuff going?
Yeah. Have they found the shield? Has anyone found the shield yet?
No.
No?
Luckily, they don't have all the arms in any case because we possess a few of them. We have William, who is possessing the one inside of him. Raphael is carrying the Lantros.
Iris has the blue flame, and you have the wand away.
Yeah, we have the wand. So they can't unlock the Imperial Arm Dragon Orb. You have to rule everything.
And of course, there's still the two missing ones, which they will confirm to you. No one has found them according to records.
Alright, that's good.
But if we can get into the vault, that'd be a heist.
That
Get
would be
into the
nice.
Imperial sealed vault.
Although we do know the palace quite well.
Without the keys getting in there. You don't have them.
Where is the key?
Well, I believe Laurel had one.
Yeah.
I think we mean the Imperial one, don't we?
Yeah, that one too.
The Imperial
I think-
key is on
I
Lucilla.
think, would Ballard have had one of the keys to get in the vault?
I think it was Laurel, the Empress, Luna, who also is now locked away, so she can't get to that key.
Mhm.
The Archmage, the Spy Master. I think they had the keys. So they only have half.
Weird that the Defender of the Empire wouldn't have had one,
I don't. There's only like 5 keys,
Yeah,
There's only a limited amount of keys, man.
I know.
and you need all of them to open the door, which is a slight flaw when you start losing keys from death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having one of them die in a collapsed Drow city generally sucks for them.
Is the Imperial arm with William used up now? You haven't asked. I mean,
I don't think they can be used up, can
Yeah,
they?
I
as
mean,
far as you're aware, they can't be. He definitely managed to help use it to bring you back from the dead.
maybe it needs dipping in the chalice to
How-
power up.
How would you dip something that's inside of him?
We dip him into the
Dip
chalice.
him in it.
Like,
I mean, it flows like water, so
Gonna,
maybe you
gonna
could just...
dunk him into the chalice. Just
I mean, I
hold
don't
your
think-
breath.
I don't
maybe
think
we
he
just
fits in the
baptize.
chalice.
Can we just baptize him with it? Here we bestow upon you
spill
power.
Just fill all the liquid and dunk him in.
Yeah, there you go. Just throw him in it. There you go, boy. Have the
Good
magic.
Lord.
Dunking someone in a pool of magic can never go wrong.
Put him on one of those like
Never,
trapdoor
ever.
dunking
Will
games.
Raphael create a revenge list?
You know, if Raphael can get back into the capital.
Like, you're gonna pull out like an Arya Stark list.
Oh
Mhm,
god.
Basically.
He goes to bed saying every person's name.
Yep. That's probably what he would start doing at this point.
Is Raphael the arena champion anymore?
Technically, no. He would have lost that title on death.
No. Is he the master
No.
of the dance?
Technically not, because he lost his Imperial title.
No.
No.
Oh.
Raphael, you have no name.
He is still the Keeper of Delatros.
He is still
No
the keeper of
names
Denethor.
at all.
You are
Artemis-
still the Keeper of Delatros because you still have the arm around your neck.
Artemis retains
Is
all of
he,
these.
he's not considered a noble anymore, I guess.
Technically not, 'cause you don't hold office.
Yeah.
The only one who I believe a permanent noble is Zoe and Laurel.
I even
Rift
forget
Wars.
what Kelteb Argo. Yeah, that was my drow name, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
remember that now.
You're no longer a drow.
Yeah. Alright, I am now only Keeper of Delatros.
Well,
Wow.
on the bright side of all this, I have a bacon cheeseburger, so.
I mean, I guess now you count as one of the royalist commanders.
I guess. Still sort of the Empire. He will still use that title.
You are the true High Sword.
There's a really good bacon cheeseburger, too. Oh my god.
You're the exiled sword.
Yeah, he will still use First Sword of the Empire. Has there been a new First Sword elected, out of curiosity?
Yes.
Who?
I will break them down.
Oh, Dave will bleed for this.
The new First Sword is currently the unmarried fiancé of the new Empress.
You
Who's
see,
that?
his name is Rodrigo.
Rodrigo is a schmuck. I can take him.
Let me see if I can bring him up.
Yeah, Rodrigo did kind of suck, didn't he?
Yeah, did kind of suck. He talked a good talk, but we kind of just crushed him.
I think I killed him in one round.
Yeah,
I beat
you
him
walked
one
out there and just obliterated
Like,
him.
he had all of his little lackeys, like, walk up and try to hit me, and I'm just like, doo, 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 doo.
Yep.
Walk through them, whack him on the noggin. And that's it for Rodrigo. He's like, I am the greatest horseman. I'm like, you're wrong.
You might be quick with a sword, but I am consistent only of metal plate.
Yeah.
And like 400 pound of just muscle and hate.
Also, if I
Did you
get
look
the
me in the
opportunity,
eyes?
if I get the opportunity to, I can use my divine bond with my armor to get righteous might on myself,
I need to
Okay.
get that because I'm immune to enlarged person.
which gives me all sorts of juicy stuff. Which I think it brings my constitution to like plus 11. I almost have I have 276 hit points at that point. which is lovely.
You're still not as
Arvus
cool as me.
Serendale. Wait, Serendale? Serendale?
That sounds familiar.
Wait.
Is it his dad, maybe?
It should sound familiar. You've heard of Serendale before.
Who the fuck's Serendale?
Is it the old mayor of Northside?
No, he wasn't Northside.
No.
No, that's
He was the woman who you know
yeah,
Edward Serendale
Serendale is the guy who. Well, Edward Serendale is the guy who
courted Zoe.
gave us the HP wine, I think. Right?
Is he the blade? No, okay.
No,
He's the guy who was flirting with Zoe, who gave her a necklace, and you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I am going to kill you! I will challenge you to a duel because you are flirting with Zoe." And I imagine that this guy's his dad.
Alright. Okay. I am gonna go, guys. I'm gonna stop recording here. Thanks for the session, though.
All you
Bye.
late nighters, European
Bye, guys.
bums.
It is